Designed to end lubrication-related failures, LubePM is a cloud-based lubrication management system for your desktop or mobile device, and it's purpose-built by lubrication professionals to meet the needs of a successful lubrication program. In short, it helps your facility and your team create accountability to ensure that every lubrication point is carefully maintained, inspected, and measured. After showing LubePM to a number of facilities, we've gathered some of the most commonly asked questions. And today, we're going to share those questions, the answers, and demonstrate how it works on LubePM. One of the questions we get, can you show me some examples of the procedures that define the tools and lubricants you need, along with step-by-step instructions to perform each task? Let's take a look. Now, these procedures are engineered based on years of Noria's experience in these different maintenance points, different components. Some of the procedures that you're going to see: inspections, motor re-greasing, oil changeout. As you can see, the two here, we have routine inspections and then routine lubricant replenishment. So let's look at one of the procedures. We're going to drop down, click on the hyperlink, and then we open it up. Now, there are many good details of this procedure we want to look at. So the type of procedure, this one's routine. How long it's going to take to perform it. Do we need to record lubricant consumption? A few extremely important things is the interval. How often are we re-greasing? We don't want to over-grease or under-grease. The type of lubricant we need, making sure we have the proper viscosity, and then how much lubricant are we putting in? As you can see, we want to go with the Permalube heavy duty grease and put 0.21 ounces in. What tools do we need to take to the component? Well, we're going to need a grease gun, a brush, a cloth, a pipe cleaner. After that, we're going to walk through step by step. So we have a preparation. We're going to check the component. Then we're going to perform the re-lubrication task. Another question is, how do I access the task-based training tools that I can share with my team? This is a great question, but one of the first things I want to do is explain what are the task-based training tools. So these are 10 to 15 minute videos that go over the different lubrication tasks that you may see on site. So they follow along with our procedures, such as inspecting a desiccant breather, inspecting a bottom sediment water bowl. So we're going to go in, we're going to look at the procedure, we're going to have a little banner discussion about why the procedure is important, who should be performing the procedure, and quick tips on how to perform the procedure properly. So to access these videos, we're going to go to the video library, and this is where we'll be able to access any of the task-based training videos. How do I quickly access my lubrication tasks? For example, to review routes and make a change, like assigning a route from one technician to another. Or how do I reassign a task that was missed? This is a great question, and all the details of that can be found right here in the route scheduler page. So if we want to look at an upcoming route and see the details, we could click on the route itself. We can see the task types within the route. So here we have 9 inspections. The estimated duration of the route, 90 minutes, and the due date, we see July 20th. We can then look at the task in the route. So we already talked about their inspections, but what are they inspections of? So these are inspections of sealed pumps, electric motors. These are the tasks that will be performed. The next tab we can look at is the machines we'll be going to. So this is where we can see the different machines that we'll be looking at. Also, we can organize the order in which we look at those machines. So if this machine needs to be down here, we can reorganize the list to be better suited for the technician performing the route. So if we want to reassign the route to a different technician, maybe we're on an off shift and this person's not here and we need to get an emergency route done, we could click on the Assign To tab, click on the Assign To names. We're going to get a list of the different names associated with this route. We could pick any of these names, save it, and now it'll be ready for that person on their tablet. Now let's look at how we can reassign a task that was skipped. So we're going to go to Routing. We're going to go down to the Alerts page. So as you can see here, we have all the incomplete tasks. We have the date they were due by, the reason they were skipped, such as the route was canceled or other, where a note can be created for why it was skipped. And here we can reassign it the task. So two things we can do once we're here. We can create a one-off. So this is gonna be a one-time task we're gonna put on a route and go be performed. The next instance, it'll fall back into the regular interval of that route. Or we can add it to an existing route. So we're going to run a route for the day. Let's put this task on here for one time. The next instance will fall back into its regular interval as well. Another great question is, why is it so important to have images in the LubePM app? Well, let me show you why. One thing we want to talk about first is making sure we're at the right machine. We have all these unique engineered design procedures for different machines, but if we're not at the right machine, it doesn't help to have all that information. So here we list the asset name, the final clarifier 3 and 4. We have the asset ID number, the maintenance point name, and the picture is kind of the end, right? So we have the name, the machine, the ID. Now we have the picture to see we are at the right machine. We can go through a few of the pictures. A lot of the machines are the same. But if we can look at the different hardware on these particular machines, we know we're at the right machine and ready to perform the procedures. Another question is, how do I make sure all the data collected on the LubePM routing app is updated to the secure cloud-based data system? This is a great question that typically followed by another question such as, do I need Wi-Fi while I'm using the routing app in the plant? The answer there is no. So one thing we suggest is to have the routing app in an office area, maybe a lubrication center, and we're gonna download our routes for the day to our device. Once that's done, we can put our tablet in airplane mode to save the battery and go out to the plant, perform our route, inspections, our oil sampling, re-greasing, perform all our tasks for the day. At the end of the day, come back to that office with the Wi-Fi and upload. When we're in the upload route side here, we have two different options. Upload and continue, which means that we didn't quite get done with our route for today and may need to work on it a little bit tomorrow. We want to upload and continue here. This takes the data from the tablet to our server and stores it. So in case you drop your iPad in a pool of water tomorrow or bust it on the concrete, we have all that data stored from the previous day's work. The next one is upload and complete. This is where we're finished with the route. We can upload and complete and take this route off of our device. Simple, easy, straightforward. No matter how you say it, ease of use is the most important factor in sharing facility data from one technician to the next. Remember, if a program's hard to figure out, hard to understand, no one's gonna use it. A few examples of what makes LubePM so easy to use are the images in the app, so the technician knows he's at the right machine before he performs the lubrication task. The dynamic procedures. So if something changes in the plant, such as a bearing size, the RPMs of something, we could easily update that and change the procedures, including the re-grease volume and interval. And also that it's an app, so we can have all this information in the palm of our hands while we're on the machine floor. If you want more information, you can go to lubepm.com and hit the Request More Information button.